So, as a spiritual people currently in this flesh, these temporary bodies, this temporary world, we have to have the discernment to know when we're being used by the adversary. Like I've said before, in these videos, I'm also talking to myself. At times, we tend to get caught up in situations where we react before examination simply because we were triggered, essentially. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8 warns us, saying, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." That soberness is referring to being circumspect or cautious and watchful, being calm and temperate or aware. If we choose to let our pride get the best of us instead of examining, your flesh caught you quicker than God could. But that's not on him, that's on you. Proverbs chapter 25 and 8 states, "He that hath no rule over his own spirit," or self-control for that matter, "is like a city that is broken down and without walls." In the ancient world, cities had high walls around them to protect them from being broken into and spoiled. So the lack of self-control makes you weak and vulnerable and open to attacks easier from the enemy. My wife and I always reassure each other that we are not each other's enemies. And since we started that, it's helped me to look within to see when I'm being used against her or vice versa. We have a common enemy and we're on the same team. So essentially we have to work together. My favorite precept for years has been Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. How we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So family, everything happening physically is manifest from what's already taking place spiritually. And as a friend of mine, Thomas Troutman, once told me, we're not fighting for the win, we're fighting from it, because the battle's already won. It's already written. The adversary, Satan, Hashatan, whatever you choose to call him, knows his time is running out and studies you. So he knows where to get you out of the spirit and into his domain, into his element. You know what I'm saying? That also makes me think of something I once saw that said, your flesh doesn't mind sending you to hell because it knows it's not going there with you. So when you're out in the world today, dealing with family, dealing with strangers, dealing with co-workers, be aware of what's going on around you. Examine before reacting, and understand when people are being used by a different entity to bring you out of the spirit and into your flesh or your lower self. With that, I say peace, shalom.